traveling to another country, stay in hotel, and you can see the other players. I think everyone is loving the lands. So it means a lot for us because right now, after this win, we have one more tournament to win the Grand Slam. And it was the last tournament before the end of season. So I think we did a really great job.
Not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy. It's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory. There's no need to go again. I don't comprehend and I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming is to win. You either got it or you don't. You either bought it or you won't. You either wanna give it everything or you wanna cry about a soul. I'ma say it from the jump. Mama ain't raised a chump. My mama raised me to persevere if I'm ever here in a slum. Cause nobody starts at the top. You do your part and you better buy. Working hard each and every day, even though some days it get hard to watch. But you gotta trust the process.
The jury's returned and the verdict is in. It is not FaZe Clan or Fnatic that have lost the first map of the series, but rather Navi, who lose the first map on Dust 2 to Big. I've got Yanko here with me to talk a little bit about it. And some of the updates that we're getting from League Ops. I want to go ahead and just pull that up real quickly, if my technology will allow me to.
Navi can qualify today if they beat Big, FaZe beats Fnatic, and Mouse beats EG.
And EG could be out by the end of the day. If they lose to Mouse, Navi beat Big, and Fnatic beat FaZe.
Yeah.
So likely scenarios, or?
Yeah.
Cool.
But would you say it was likely for Big to win Dust 2?
I would say there was a chance. I'd say there's a 50% chance they pull it off, Yanko. 50%.
Yeah, I think still, despite Navi being the best team in the world, Big has just proven to us that they are very, very good, one of the best teams in the world on Dust 2. And despite that result, the last time they faced, it was 16-2 in favor of Navi, right? It's difficult to replicate such a convincing win, really. And I think what Big did this game, they prepared really, really hard. I think, obviously, when you lose 16-2, you're looking into it, the things you did wrong. And I think they won the game on the CT side. Obviously, it was the second half, but the fact why I think they really prepared a lot for this game is they went for so many gambles, like in terms of opening rounds. They opened the first 2 gun rounds 4A with 2 guys taking long control, one of the B players boosting Searson on top of Cat, right? So that's probably them seeing, okay, if Navi thinks we're fighting for long, they're going to take short control without too much utility, and then the operator can get an easy first kill and punish them. So they managed to shut Navi down early in rounds most of the time. After they did that, then they switched into opening 3B, right? And even in the mid round, if things are a bit slow, they would, one of the B players would smoke tunnels, and then both B players would come down mid. The rotator would come down mid from A, and they would try to fight, you know, either for mid or Cat. We saw Titian 1 round sneak behind the molly on Cat, get 2 entry kills, right? So early on, Big was taking calculated gambles, right? They had some of their reads, and it was paying off. They were really putting Navi on the back foot in each of those rounds.
Yeah, especially towards that B site. I mean, how many times do we see Perfecto just get crunched back into the closet from pressure in upper tunnels, you know? I think that Big did a great job at doing just that.
Well, they were switching it up, right? Either they would just completely ignore B, or then when you think you, just as you realize that, then they would switch it up and start being more aggressive towards B and catch you off guard. So just great dynamic from them on that CT side, and it's difficult, right? If you're on the T side, how you can play against that is basically one of two things. Either you play more defensive, more slow, and try to punish some of those early plays, right? Try to sniff out the gamble, sniff out the stack, really. And the second way is just brute forcing your way in a little bit more, right? You get that long spawn, just try to get out long pretty fast. They didn't really go for that much. And the third thing is rely on your T-side anchors to recognize the situations and take advantage of it, right? So we saw Electronic one round sneaking out of long. He got a good read that Big was just faking that they're fighting for it. We saw one time when Big was fighting for mid, Navi was walking out B, and they got into an empty side. So it can backfire sometimes, but just Big got too big of a lead. They had a big buffer, a lot of rounds to play with, and they managed to close out the game.
That they did. And of course, with Dust 2 coming to an end, that does set us up for Mirage to see if Big can close this out in 2. Would it be an upset? Well, okay, that's a dumb question. Is it an upset if Navi lose right here, if they falter a game right in the group stage to Big?
It's fair to say it's an upset, but I will also say it's no big deal for them. They still, are in a very good position to make it out of the groups. I think for Big, the way to go is more of the same, right? Like, you have to take these risks, these gambles. You have to keep being aggressive, try to disrupt Navi, make them uncomfortable, right? Right now, they're feeling really confident, really comfortable. You need to find a way to disrupt that. Maybe get into their heads a little bit with all these stacks, all these openings. Right now, you're second-guessing yourself because it's not natural, even more so on a map like Mirage compared to Dust, for a city-sided team to just start 4A, right? So if you were Navi and you want to do this thing where you're faking mid and Boomich is going by himself, trying to get an entry, creating space, and you're just going out to slope 2 apps, well, you might not want to call that if you think they might keep doing this where they just gamble, right, blindly at the start of the round with 4 players. So we'll see how it unfolds on Mirage, seeing as how Big get to start CT side.
Yeah, and that'll be the interesting part, to see if Navi can get out and sort of get the wheels moving in motion here, especially on the T side. It wasn't like they just blew us away, except for a little bit of a comeback there towards the end of the first map, but 16-11's not, they didn't have control.
Yeah, T side wasn't great, but I think it was due to the way Big was playing CT side. I don't think it was Navi screwing things up, so to speak, and making some major mistakes. Maybe it took them a little while to realize what was going on, but that's how it happens sometimes. Maybe they were expecting something else from Big, right? Maybe Big changed their CT side compared to some of the other games. That's all normal. I think Big just was better prepared in this series and pushed a little bit with some of the clutches in the first half. The TTN 1v2, Taps and Gate 2 kills, I think, in a 2v2 as well. Something like that, right? So they have everything going for them in this game.
And a couple uncharacteristic misses from Simple, but I don't think that he's the type to lay down and take that one. We're talking about Mirage when we come up. Dust 2 going the way of Big. Simple and company looking to turn this series back around on the second map of Mirage. We'll be right back, everyone.
Yes, nice shot, my friend.
Cheaters ruining your plays?
I have eyes on the enemy.
Bad servers stopping your shots? What you need is ESEA. Advanced anti-cheat to stop cheaters. And the best servers around, all with 128 tick rate. ESEA, the best way to play CSGO.
Oh, guy above us. Guy above is dead. Don't know about the other bumper. I'm at the guy at the very, very back of the map. Oh, someone else. Oh my god. There's more, there's more. Ah, 10 seconds. I'm just going, dude. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, one guy right next to us coming from Casbah and Big Rock.
Going?
Yeah, the Big Rock.
Yeah, I'm on him,
He's got a deep, man. Holy shit.
He had a dig.
Bump trap. Nice.
So he shifts
right
up.
Congratulations.
There. Bane's pit, left of it. Right. I swear there's another. In this tower. I'm holding him. Oh, yes. Spiral is dead. Oh! There it is. Bumping over here.
Oh yeah, I can't help you, but I see it. I'm on 20 HP. Can I jump off
6
here?
enemies remain.
The safe way is there's a ladder over here. If you don't make it, you're probably dead though. You
Where's
see
the
the ladder? Right there. Live ping on the ladder.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna look funny for sure.
So far, so good for the big clan to take an upset up against Na'Vi. Now, unfortunately for them, as the desk is covered, they have to go through Na'Vi's Mirage. They've been picking this one with confidence, and I think confidence is going to be a key word, because big clan had oodles of it, as well as Yanko outlined, they were under Na'Vi's skin. Like, they clearly did their homework, and Natus Vincere could be getting a run for their money here on map 2.
Yeah, I think going into this one, Big can just take those similar risks, right? Why the hell not? This one is almost a bit of a free map here. You know, Nuke's coming up as the third. You've already guaranteed the distance here in the series. So throw something a little bit different their way. As we fan on out, we'll see Tabson and Gade over towards Connector, Sirius and Window, Keto towards the B Apartments, and Tizian backing him up. 1x bet odds are still favoring Na'Vi, but it's starting to tip in Big's favor. Ooh, that one isn't. Molly, P250 combo, brutal. As Gade goes down too.
There you go.
Well, there's the headshots, Alex. We love the headshots. Bit in headshots.
It's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
Keto could rumble the whole plan if he took more than one. One insufficient, and Bit knows where you are. Tizian, he's snappy, isn't he? Can't find the head as much as he'd love to, as they both sit there and reload in front of each other. He's trying to get
Which
the
angle, trajectory, how do I
calculate it?
Computing. Oh, he's gone. Yikes.
At least he's thrown all his nades. They don't get to use them. Oh no, they get the flash.
We want the flash.
Yeah.
Give me the flash.
Give it to me.
Simple.
You wouldn't go for that. Actually, a knife would be pretty sick in the pistol. Damn you, Tizian. He's evaded the extra 1,500.
Oh, Bit picked up a smoke and a flash there. So handy little pickups on the way out the door for Bit. And that's more like the Navi we're expecting. The P250 of Simple finding some impact on this T-sided pistol. Didn't happen over there on Dust 2. They were actually quite neutered on their T-sided pistol of Dust 2.
Just want to take a quick moment to remind everyone that if you're not being a Hydra homie today, you should be. If you're getting a bit frowny, if you're shouting at people, being a bit snappy, maybe you're just dehydrated, bro. Or cis.
I think most of us are dehydrated.
Oh yeah, well, pretty much all the time, I think. Yeah. And yeah. Looks like Boomich is up to his usual antics on Mirage. He's going to be holding W towards Connector a lot, so Tizian. Oh, a preemptive smoke that actually fills me with some confidence for this B defense. Yeah, here we go. They're in. And they're out. Navi, oh dear, completely evaporate. They're nothing but vapor in the air. A fully bought up squad, and already frustration's going to start bubbling up. Big Clan fight back with a vengeance. Yikes.
I kind of want to let Bit have a crack at this, but the problem is the bomb down, the AK, the 4 HP. Yeah, look, it's really just a save call, isn't it? It's unfortunate, and I really want to put a lot of credit on Tabson there. Because he went hyper-aggressive in middle again to take out Boomich before he could get that space, they left Navi without any options unless they wanted to play a really drawn-out round, and apparently that wasn't what Boomich wanted. So he went down, they ran in towards B, and there was a lot of big players on the scenes with that utility as well. So well handled.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that the smoke reaction out of Tizian as well was compulsory. Dropping that smoke, bouncing it off of the wall by the van, completely nullified any control they would have and should have had.
We're going to get it in the replay, but just watch Tabson just ballsy run out mid on Boomich here. It's like he knew that it was just Boomich, which is fair enough. It was pretty much just Boomich yesterday. Sure, I think he had a helper in Bit with him in some of those rounds.
But the CT side was where Big booked Navi on Dust 2.
It was.
And maybe that same... I'm really cautious to use the word anti-strat, just because I know it's a very topical word at the moment.
Could be maybe like anti-methodology.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, if you've really taken a look at why Navi's T-sides bang so hard on Dust 2 and Mirage, and you feel like you've found a way to disrupt that, it's going to lead Navi into this nasty situation where you have to basically create a new game plan. Otherwise, you're going to keep running into the Big Clan solve.
Yeah, I think it might, like, because a big part of this, Yanko was talking about it yesterday, was Navi running around looking like they're just full of confidence, and that's why they're winning half of the fights they're winning and being able to get into those positions just because they believe that they are going to win those battles, right? So what you're going to do is if you take that away, and that's, let's say that's the A game that Navi is running with, they'll have to go to their B or their C game, which is either we go slower, we're a bit more strat heavy, you know, they have to try and work out what they can get away with instead.
Underpass. Oh, and a flash. They were ready for both of them.
Yeah, he's just fighting.
This force buy cancelled by Tabson. A weapon recovered, thankfully. They'll juggle that around, Boomich to equip it, but look at Tabson. He's ready and willing to completely engage in anything they want to throw down towards this underpass.
Confident
Flash
stuff.
Check. I don't see any. But they have put the AK on Simple, and he's the one that they ask to test the water. Oh, just as Tabson gets himself closer to the monitor, Simple will put him down. And so Navi make it clear that they plan to contest. They know there's an AK in play. Make it 2 now Tabson's AK's fallen into enemy hands.
I suppose the problem is the lack of head armor, right? So going up against the Galil and the MAC-10, still going to be a difficult task here. They're going to need to be shooting first. Feigning presence now with that deep connector smoke, and Boomich looking to weasel his way around it. But the rest of the Navi members look like they want to finish over towards B. Boomich, bit clumsy there with the movement, but he's been, or should have been noted. He is still going to make it into window. He's flanking B. They don't know this is coming right now. No one's looking.
They're just popping. Tizian did so well in the anti-force. Boomich is behind, and what a flank that is out of Boomich. Clumsy, maybe, but Navi have fought back. Fire with fire. Tizian still a threat with the MAC-10. He lives on. Swaps the Deagle. Needs one more bullet to finish the job. Onto Perfecto. He can't do it. Where's the bomb? It's going down. Simple, just in the nick of time, will get it planted. And what a recovery from Navi. They lost the opening frag there. That's a 4v5 turnaround. And the jostling for control of the economy. Oh, Gade, he wants to leave, but Perfecto just chips away. 3 different clicks to secure it.
Yeah, go get that AK if you can here, Perfecto, and that would be a fantastic way to net up round number 3. Saracen looking to save this scout, but it all started so well. The confidence of Tabson getting them the opening, taking down the saved AK and head armor of Bit. But that confidence ended up being his undoing, and well, then the rest of the round followed with it. They left some massive gaps. Boomich exploited it. Looked like he had made too many sound cues to get away with that one for free, but nobody close enough to hear the audible. Bomb goes off. AK's retrieved. And Navi, well, they have to be happy with this now. Have to just weather the storm of a potential big force buy again.
Yeah, so much of Counter-Strike comes down to when your planned move is being executed and what your opponents are dealing with at the time. I do think as soon as you, like, regardless of what noise Boomich is making, when there's 3 bodies and that your molly in apps has been extinguished, just reflexively, you are going to be drawing attention to that B side, and it did open up the window for a Boomich flank.
Oh, okay. Big have opted here not to force buy. They've already conceded the force buy wars, so they're just a partial upgrade. They will be able to fully purchase in the next round with the loss bonus. Still going to be tight, but it'll be better than what this round would have reflected. Saracen's scout's already been peppered on down. 3 Deagles, no armor on those, and a bit of a slower pace this time round from Navi. Oh my lord, tabseN has been great. He's gotten the first kill in Connector 3 rounds in a row now.
That's more than you could
know.
No, no.
Come on now.
No.
What's going on here?
Navi, this is not how it's supposed to go. Perfecto having to address the script, but Keto throws him straight out of the play. Oh, and Electronic, they took a big, big chunk out of you. I think it was a scout shot to him. And Keto will finish the job. Okay, Big Clan don't even need to invest, I guess.
Oh, they are sitting in such a perfect position now. With the little investment that they just made, their buy is going to be beautiful. AKs with head armor, you can get yourself the AWP for Sirius, and everybody has the util. The kits are in play. And Navi are left scrambling again. They're going to try and go for another thrown together buy to keep the force buy wars continuing, even though I guess technically they've already concluded.
Yeah, and tabseN, you're highlighting him and his stats in terms of what he's been contributing in those openings in mid. It might deter Navi from continuing to try. Look, Boomich is only going to go and drop a single nade. No one wants to test out the Searson AWP or the tabseN rifle.
The key thing is, when tabseN gets that... Okay.
Bro.
This is going to be a weird game. You already tell this is going to be a weird game. Look at Gate as well. They just want to fight, right? I think Yanko's onto something with the way that Big are approaching this. Like, whether it's the gamble stacks or whether it's playing with risk, they're doing it, right? They want to just take some fights here. They don't want to allow Navi to play their game. So if this just turns into a biffy, brawly aim match...
It is. And actually, Tizian's got 3 backs turned right now.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, dear. It's turned around again. What is this game? Now Keto's taken it into his advantage, and he will convert. Big Clan respond. Searson went down so aggressive.
What was that? That was a 2v5.
Yeah, it was.
That was a 2v5.
And Navi have already lost an eco. We're 5 rounds in, Chad.
Oh, dearie me.
Let's see this again. Like, he can't believe his luck. Simple and Perfecto get 2. Make it 3 because Gade's there as well. 2 players remain.
And they lose it.
And they lose it. Okay, like there is a salt mine worth of salt in the Navi bootcamp right now. That's such a huge turnaround. And it's the opposite for Big. You know they are feeling the mojo. They're starting to realize that, guys, Navi bleed and we are already 1-0 up.
Okay, well... I think Navi have to take the save now, right? You think of how those last 2 rounds where maybe we concede, maybe we get everybody all the goodies. But I kind of want them to force again. I just think this can be just one of those matches where both teams just stand and try and lock in with the knockout blow. They've kept it conservative here. Boomich into a smoke. P250 for Electronic and Perfecto. Simple onto the Deagle. Their turn to try with just the pistols. And look at this. Surely they know they're against an eco. Saracen's just in no man's land with the AWP. It's like he didn't have any help there.
You know, I think you're genuinely onto something. I think the interview would be really interesting if we can ask as to what the game plan, quote unquote, was and how it differentiates from what it normally is.
Yeah, they're just fighting. It's look, different look for Big, but why not? Why the hell not here? They're showing confidence in their individuals.
Yeah, but that's so far from how they used to maneuver. I mean, it
was quite a technical team.
It was, but the conversation about how everyone having to fill some of the void that Xantares' departure has left, maybe this is a good way to just prove to yourselves that you can. Everyone take fights. If you're feeling it, just go for it. A bit more loose. And it stops them from being this rigid CT side that Navi get to pull and poke and prod around the map. when Navi's Mirage is working well, Chad, do you know those like, they do those late like apps util and B and then end up with 3 crawling out Palace to a single isolated Deagle on the default box. I mean, we've seen how good their T-side can look. Let's see how it feels now as the entire squad goes B. Yeah, so Boomich is going to try and sell another one of these mid fakes here. He needs to get something for his troubles. He flashed across, has gotten the room, about to be mollied out of position. Extinguish is in play, and if they do head B, it is just Tizian on his lonesome right now. Simple lining up a smoke. Yeah, this could be very quick, very decisive. It's all on Tizian. Only Tizian. Only Tizian, and still damage inflicted. He's trying to keep him at bay, caught through the smoke, and now surely Big Clan want to succumb to this one. From short, already bullets are landing. They're on notice. That looks like a really good incendiary from tabseN. That's going to force them into weird open positions as the smoke starts to fade. tabseN books Electronic. Kitchen open for business. Too many men around the chaos of the smoke. And Simple looks like he's done enough to secure it for Na'Vi. Gate got so many things to clear. He can't find the head. Full commit. syrsoN's there and aggressive.
Give it a go. Why not?
Giving it a look in. Tagged up by 1. Simple just stands his ground. Solid conversion. Na'Vi, which is an all-in B. Yeah, so right there, the gamble from Big, they just didn't have their players in the right position. In all these other rounds, they've had multiple members in mid really willing to contest. They've been sweeping on through as a team, and everybody just hitting their shots. This time, out-positioned and out-maneuvered by Na'Vi, 4-3. And the double AWPs brought on out immediately in response by the Germans. So, syrsoN, we know. Keto, secondary. Their buy is still looking pretty here, and they've only invested in 1 defuse kit on Tizian, so keep your eyes on that if we find the bomb going down again. Aggressive, of course. Of course. And this time, kept even. Look at the syrsoN AWP. It's so hyper-aggressive. He's going for more. Oh, he might get it. He might get it. Electronic just sent to the Shadow Realm. syrsoN returns the advantage to Big Clan's domain. He slips away as well. So the fact that he's been able to get all that impact early, keep up his life, they still have to worry about his AWP, and they don't know that the secondary of Ketos is currently over towards that B site. Oh, Simple was waiting for that the whole time, and syrsoN lives on. He's been given a new lease of life. Elsewhere, Boomich puts his name in the feed. Oh, well, they know of 2 AWPs now. Oh, you're right. You're right. That'll just put a lot of pressure onto the rifle of Tizian as well to be in the right place when they strike. syrsoN in his blind spot. Boomich is crawling up. Boomich should have this. He should. He's played it to perfection, just managing his angle. Slips under the net. And down goes syrsoN's AWP. Advantage Na'Vi. Simple still in that palace. Last spotted tagging syrsoN. Look at Tizian's push, though. He hears it. He hears it. He steps. Keto, you got to react. Find a safe haven now. Oh, the timing. The timing. No, and he chooses to strike. Now pressure, it's going to catapult Perfecto up the ramp. They're going to be rushed in this. Keto can get 1. Oh, he knows they're both ramp side. He's in a perfect position to deny. 1 on the cross is down. Simple got nothing to show for it. He has at least bought time for the Perfecto plant. Down on the default. Tizian coming in from ramp. Perfecto, he's been good for clutches in their first head-to-head. Can he pull another one out of the bag? 1v2. Na'Vi to be broken here. Kits are present, smoke as well. Tizian crawls, Keto clears. And that's the fight. Tizian wins it out, and Big Clan say play on. Big finds for the Berlin International Gaming. They're being naughty here, right? They're playing outside of the orthodox Counter-Strike, right? They're just being aggressive, they're taking pushes, they're taking a lot of risks right now, and it's punishing Na'Vi. It's leaving Na'Vi in these scenarios where they're trying to course correct by like going for their own overreactions to take the space. They're falling straight into the traps that are being laid here. And even with this kill, it felt like Boomich had done enough, just getting caught on their way to A. Not ready for that flank, and yeah, Perfecto, once he plants, he can't move because he knows the AWP's over towards jungle or connector side, cannot try and transition. He knows the flank's coming in. It comes down to hitting those shots, so frustration definitely starting to build over there for Na'Vi now as they've gone into a half buy. Yeah, minor details as well costing them there. Like, Simple, you saw Keto went down, like, lost vision the second he pulled the trigger. Like, if Simple had waited 1 second before he jumped across, chances are you got a very flash Keto. The tiniest of separating details. A long-range Tech 9 has put syrsoN's Aggie AWP in the dirt. tabseN decides he's not quite done. They continue to contest and maintain control. tabseN's going to push all the way up.
What's going on? Once they know where you are, they just want to kill you.
Yeah, bloodlusting. A tiny gap. Gade's going to do his best to try and catch a glimpse of the electronic cross. He is all on his own, though. They're trying to sell a bit of an A fake here, and it's working. You don't need to over-rotate. Tizian, he's well-trained. He'll...
Oh!
Uh-oh. That's only going to sell them even more so. Now, there's no one else home. There's no one else home. Tizian realizes his mistake, but it's too late. He evacuated. And now the bomb can go down. There's no way he's going to be able to contest that. Some space taken, and Simple's Deagle is deadly.
Bomb has been planted.
Big. An unarmored Deagle on Simple. A man advantage for Big. 2 up short. Now imagine, time is Navi's best friend at this point.
Could be a smoke on the bomb here as well.
He's going to go for the denial. Just hiding in plain sight. Perfecto, the distraction in apps. And already he reveals himself, perhaps a little premature. He does go down. Now Perfecto for the denial. He's got to dance around the side. If he hits this shot, he can deny it.
Oh, he didn't swing!
He didn't right-click. It was right in front of him. Holy schmoly. Perfecto nearly with another 1v3 out of bloody nothing. The reposition, he made it so he had a shot.
Oh, he picked up the M4, so he pulled that out instead of going for the knife? Is that what happened?
Oh my god, I thought he had the most incredible little 1v3, little Assassin's Creed out. He didn't right-click, he swapped.
Oh.
He swapped, he had the back right in front of him.
Oh, no.
Yikes. And then he does get that knife kill as a consolation prize, but yeah, that's going to sour the mood. He has no idea how close he got.
Underpass push.
He's tried this so much.
Let's just go in again, shall we?
Bit.
Oh, the timing! How is this happening?
What
Big gets
game?
one.
What video game is this?
Tizian behind goes down.
What is going on, Chad?
Seriously, just sold his boy out. Okay.
It's not Searson. I mean, they've got the gif of him playing the game, but it's someone else. I don't know who they've hired.
Okay.
The underpass AWP, the standard setup, I guess.
Yeah, they're really just frazzling Navi. Look how desperate this seems. Like, he's hoping that there's nobody towards A, that they're towards middle. They're just running into this.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they'll get a plan. Oh, Keto's good for that. Uh-oh. Tagged up a little heavily, but we've been here before. Simple and Perfecto with better guns this time.
Bomb has been planted.
Oh, he's already slipped close.
Oh, and an uncharacteristic miss. Suddenly the frags are there. They are very low. Big Clan could let this slip away. Simple's already relocated, and Keto with only an AWP trying to hunt. Perfecto fires off a warning shot. He knows and suspects the Simple's there. Now mantled over the smoke, should have an advantage. Perfecto more impact. One-on-one. Simple very low, but he will hit the shot. Navi recover courtesy of Perfecto's Deeg.
Okay, there we go. Now they've been able to humble Big, right?
Finally.
That close round from Perfecto, only one surviving, then following it up, actually getting across the line. The scoreline's still bloody close. It's just the way that Big are approaching this right now is scary because they just want to take these fights, but they will not be able to do so right now with rifles. Can't believe Bit still gets one there. That is wild. Keto feels like he's been able to salvage the site, but Perfecto with a nice shot and Simple with a few of his own here. So the duo, they do get one out of the 2 clutches converted, and I think Perfecto now 3 rounds in a row has been involved in... Oh, Tabson has just done it again. Tabson has just done it again. That was A-Ramp. He just drive-byed A-Ramp with a Deagle. But these rounds for Navi feel like the hardest ones to win. Just the upgrade. They've got the AK. Gade pushed A-Ramp. He has the AK now. And this is where Navi have just scrambled and fallen apart.
Yeah, what have they got for the B defense? They've been exploited a little bit. 2 rounds in a row, they've been playing retakes on that B site. Tabson, he's still patrolling. I think he's got a good idea what you're up to, Bit. Don't fall foul to another Tabson Deeg. Simple's joined them in mid, so they are going to progress on this. And I think Tabson's been spotted out. Bit does take and demand some control. Oh, what? How does he beat
He's just
Bit?
so cocky. Like, he's just forcing the issue on these fights. Tabson is feeling himself right now.
Oh!
He is really feeling himself right now.
Jesus Christ.
They have a 3-man number advantage, and they're still pushing the issue top mid. This is just some crazy stuff.
Wow, yeah, and Searson scouts in the right place at the right time as well. Perfecto doesn't fancy his chances here. This is just to get the bomb back. This is just for the bomb. There's a gap. Searson will fire off a pot shot. Perfecto with the first and the second required. Can he bail Navi out of trouble? 20 seconds to high-pressure scenario, but another one from Perfecto. Tabson's going to break his desk if after all of that hard work, He knows where
Time's
you
a
are.
problem.
He's locked in. But Searson has to survive. The molly will force him out, though.
Oh, it's not deep enough.
Oh,
How's he
no.
going to do? He has to go for the fight. Vector has to go for the fight.
He has to strafe in.
In his own molly. In his own molly.
No, but he
No!
What is this game?
Oh! Pinned him down.
I don't understand.
His own flames.
I actually don't get it. I've never cast a game of Counter-Strike like this. Big Clan and Navi. It's the most fruity of the bunch. I mean, look at this. 5, he has to push. He's strafing into his own flame. Searson has to hit a no-scope out of nowhere, and he does.
He was flustered right there.
The flubbed molly. I reckon Searson's dead to rights if he didn't go a little deep on the flames.
Oh,
Look at them.
Jesus. Joseph and Mary.
You'll never guess what they're doing.
Pushing.
And Searson's surely going to get overwhelmed here. He's pushed the relationship too far. It's even trades, but that should favor Navi, right? I mean,
Look, if they weren't on like a pistol buy, sure. I think Bit being super... I don't know. I don't know what's happening. They're just going to push, aren't they? Big are going to push somewhere.
Yep.
Watch Tizian just decide, I'm going to push B apartments, and Gade jump through window, and Keto rush T-spawn. Something's going to happen that's strange. Can't take your eyes off this one for a second.
yeah, this is something else. It's like, do you know what it could be? And as discussed by the desk already, like they know they've got Nuke in the back pocket.
Yeah.
And you said it, like on the pistol, Chad, you were like, why not just
do it.
but hit Navi with all of the like online of extra confidence. You know, like all of that extra pep. Like Searson killing someone close ramp and then proceeding to close clear the Palace walk up as the solo A defending AWP. I don't know, man. Like Big Clan, like they know they have that fallback of the third. Why not just throw the most kooky Counter-Strike at Navi? And by the time they've kind of sussed it out, it's too late.
Yeah, well, this round right here could actually be that determining factor, right? This is going to give Big the half, which I don't think we would have really been thinking coming into this, seeing it's a map that they've been banning. So Keto now can secure it. He's under the balcony. They're jumping on in front. That's the first. Just has to delay now. Keto does go down, but Gade is here.
Oh, and that smoke's really good from him. It's going to set him up for success, and the spray denied. They have to plant Boomich under so much scrutiny. Bullets from Tizian and Gade. Gade can't finish the meal, and Boomich lives on. He says play on. Oh, and he's managed to maneuver quite nicely. A chance presents itself, quickly removed by the Tizian MP9.
And now they'll go find themselves some extra rifles to pick on up here, because it's not like Big are out of the woods just yet, right? Their money situation is still quite average. The fact that these rounds have been so close, the fact that they're keeping it competitive, the fact that they are winning now 8-4, that's the conversation. And it's the way that they're doing it. I don't think they even need to cool off from this, because Navi still haven't really relented in their approach. Sure, they've changed up. Okay, we might send a couple more players here, or we might send a couple more players there, but it's working, right? These aggressive maneuvers are working. So why stop?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is right up my street. Take the fight to the attack, completely disrupt anything you had intentions of starting the round with.
You know how we talk about Counter-Strike like it's a puzzle and reactions here and give and take? Well, they're not giving, they're just taking right now. And look, jumping down again, aggression once more.
I think like if normal Counter-Strike that we watch every day is a cafe, oh my lord, I'll come back to it because hang on. Searson's aggression has been kept honest. They know top mid is present and occupied by Navi. Simple's striving to clear out any aggression, but they have already just completely rescinded that. But as I was trying to say, the Counter-Strike we typically watch, Chad, is a cafe.
Okay.
And the Counter-Strike we're watching right now is a cat cafe.
I see.
You know, in terms
So
of the
it smells.
variation, well, it's stinky, it's weird. There's a lot of new people here that I don't plan to see again. Hair all over.
Definitely hairy. So now Big have gone for the aggressive maneuver out the gate. They've been able to find themselves in a 4-on-4, and now they're playing standard CS.
This is the closest it's come to a typical Navi T round. They're going to go back to A. Majority through Palace typically works wonders for them. And Mirage, a Big Clan ban, one out on the defense, and if they could find double digits, Chad, I would genuinely start to believe that Navi are going to have this whole group thrown up into a bit of a question mark.
Yeah, I think, yeah, double digits compulsory here for Big if they want to take the win on this map. The half win is great, but our expectations were low. Here comes the A hit. Smokes are in.
Oh, another one for Gade. Keto has been given an absolute gift there. Another miss molly. And Tizian all the way from downtown has caught one on the connector walk-up.
Here comes Keto. You won't be saving today. See you later, Alligator. The long-range spray all the way to Tetris. Beautiful stuff. That's 9. Navi busted in the bank department, and those double digits becoming more and more likely. This is...
So we control the simulation. As soon as we say, oh, Navi, you know, for once not going off to those slow starts because they've committed to the boot camp. Does it all still stand? We're just giving that there's just an extra big clan chapter interacting with it.
They're playing outside of the expectations.
Yeah.
Right. So they've gone, okay, well, yep, this is the case. Everything we stated is true.
Yep.
What can we do to change that narrative? Throw some crazy Counter-Strike at them. Show that, hey, look, we can aim too. You know, we can hit some headies.
Believe it or not, their default hasn't accounted for 3 CTs in underpass in the first 10 seconds.
That's strange.
They didn't account for that.
Why didn't they account for that?
Yeah.
Why weren't they ready for Tabson literally just picking wherever he wants with a deagle and getting the first kill in multiple rounds?
He was getting cocky, wasn't he? He had AKs who were fully crosshair placed and dueling with him, and he's body shotting him with a D.
I cannot believe some of the openings that he has gotten away with. And look, one of the conversations here with Big returning to speaking German is the fact that Tabson now has less to focus on. Before, he was having to translate certain things and pass things through in English to Zantares. Well, now he doesn't have to do that anymore. And if you guys don't remember Tabson when he was on like NRG with Gobby, Legia, PTR, Fugly, that type of a team.
Yeah, good shout.
We're talking back in Season 4 or Season 5. Tabson was the superstar player of that team. He was dropping 30 like every game. Now, that's probably a little bit of over-exaggeration there, but my point is he is a star fragger.
Yeah.
And we're seeing some of that right here today. We saw some of it on Dust 2 just the other day. And I don't think Navi have an answer for it just yet. CT side still to come.
How frustrating is this, though? You go and spend all your resources and time clearing middle, and for once, they're not there.
Well, they have changed their tune, right? I was talking about why stop the aggression. I guess Navi had to bend the knee first. They didn't change anything up, but now they are. It's these slow crawls. They're going to go back towards A one more time. And there's 3 players on A to deal with this. Sirison from Ticket, 1 on the balcony, and 1 under the balcony.
Boomich to fake B with a single smoke, maybe even commit his whole life. Gade actually could get caught out here, won't be able to return, and his ramp clear. He's going to have to stay close.
Spotted, I think.
Oh, quick from Simple's dig, and a dink out of the Navi. Boys, Tabson stands strong for the double, but this should be all over. I mean, Searson's alone. He'd love to deny that plant. He's gone unannounced so far, and Simple's only got 1 HP. Not that that's much of a factor. It might be now. Bit's been caught out. Simple looking for that safe haven to plant. Could get banged here, and yeah, they are firing off shots, and Keto's hit it. Big are going to take it all away from Navi. Boomich has brought it into a 1v1, but call it 10. Call it 10.
I can't believe Sirius is standing and fighting there. Like, he didn't need to shoot Boomich. He could have just played a safe line, but AWP gets it done, 10-4. Look, these have been close rounds.
Very close.
But this has been great from Big, just to come in knowing you're up against the odds.
Also, when was the last time you had a series this dramatically weak from Electronic?
Yeah, it's strange, right? We were just praising him for his good online form. He's not getting away with any of his tricks here. Bit again, so 2 consecutive maps from Bit and Electronic as the duo, just not getting a whole lot done. But final round of play has started. And Navi would love a 5th. Look, I still believe that Navi can claw this back and win this map, but it's not going to be easy. We don't know what type of T side Big are going to have, do we? The CT side was fruity.
I can't even imagine what they could have in store for us. Well, let's see. I do think a 5th would be a real opportunity for Navi. Remind themselves of what they're capable of prior to this one. Tabson just trying to pull his team even closer to that magical 16. Look at him.
Go.
Look at him.
Madness.
Go, and he wins his duel. Not another. A dink instead. He's made Simple's life such a cruel nightmare. Sure, man, keep playing, but with 5 HP and a man disadvantage if you want.
Gabe's just gone, hey, Tabson, they're out Tetris. He's gone, yeah, okay, I'll go shoot them, I guess.
Here I go. Killing again.
What are they going to do here? Electronic, sure, you're up towards Palace, fine. Perfecto, you're over towards B, that's great. Simple, you're in T-spawn with the bomb. Guys, you need some kills. You need something here to topple Big, and right now, Tizian has this. He spotted the bomb. He knows where the bomb was going. Simple has to go back towards A. Perfecto has to go in towards B.
Good find. Really good find. Perhaps the element of surprise, Perfecto. He had an idea as to where Tizian was, and that's a big win for Tizian. But now the A side is open for business. Quite the recovery from Navi here. Electronic. Oh, and an uncharacteristic miss. He walks straight into the Keto Orb, but he hasn't been able to connect it. And now advantage Navi in a large way. Simple caught out on his reposition, leaving Electronic the quiet. 4 frags to his name with a chance to end this half with a win. Fake, easy collection. And now walking into that off angle, a little bit of a gap, and Electronic will make good on his promise. Calls it 5. Big Clan 6 rounds away from putting an L in the Navi column for Group C. These guys, hot favorites to take it in an undefeated manner. Big Clan to disrupt.
Patching the wound. There's one guy who can help lock this whole thing down.
They have no idea he's here. He's found the gap. But this would be a huge round to win. This is just Glocks and a few little Deagles. So this is definitely doable for Electronic. No armor though. They've got the kits. They can do this, but they need to get on it now. He gets closer and they have no idea he's in the back.
Device wasn't ready. He could knock S-Tag off the plant. A double, a triple.
Here comes Electronic into the bomb site, taking 2 heads and coming in big.
Greetings, everybody. If you've just joined us, I will strongly encourage you to return and check out the replay of that first half. We've just witnessed what it looks like when Big Clan throw caution to the wind and aggression into the face of Navi. Look at the score. 1-0 up, 10-5 up. Chad, there's a reality where Navi lose their map pick here and will concede won their second game of play for Group C.
Yeah, and that's been unheard of. Navi have been on a bit of a streak lately. I believe it's 9 series in a row, so this would be their first loss. And the 1xBet odds, well, they have flipped and flopped right now. Navi no longer considered the favorites here, bigger in the driver's seat, and we'll turn our attention to this pistol round.
All right, Tabson, you geek, what have you called?
Pretty standard stuff.
Stack nades onto Boomich's corner, and Simple, usually good for these. Usually good for these. Gabe's got him. And he's just a little mid-lurk. He's got so much to contend with. Electronic and Perfecto have to decide how they want to rotate through mid, and it's pretty hotly contested. Gade ready to receive.
Oh, nice
looking good here. He's feeling fresh, motivated by the reality that's getting closer and closer with every round. Boomich down, and it's flawless from Big Clan Navi. I think they might be completely broken inside.
Yeah, well, I think that first half of Counter-Strike would have gotten anybody flustered, right? Under their skin, really just in their face. And Navi unable to convert in a bunch of close rounds with clutches in play. Now, I want to paint some context here for everybody. Navi are already one map down. They lost the first half 10-5, and now they have lost the pistol in the second half. So now they would have to run it all the way back to win their map choice and then win on Nuke. So the chips are definitely stacked against them here.
Yeah. I will also say, and I'm saying it at 11-5 on map 2, the Big Clan have had previously, in the Xantares iteration, an issue with closing heavy leads.
Maybe Gade will come out and just clutch like 3 rounds.
Would be, maybe that's the missing piece
just
they never had.
Gade's clutching.
Because I've seen Big Clan look really convincing, and then as soon as you start getting excited about it, they'll show you how weak they can look.
Well, we've had star-level Tabson in the server today as well.
Yeah.
He has 150 ADR at this juncture of play. And he's the one leading the charge right now onto the A bomb site. They've actually just thrown a fake with Util, and now they are just walking in. Just the fakes alone has faked Navi out. They've headed to the wrong side. They've been out positioned.
Just like Dust 2.
Yeah, and they get the first kill. So right now Navi probably should save. Whether they will or not is a different question.
Well, they'll
I think
be allowed
Simple will
to.
determine it, yeah.
He should be good for one here.
Or none. Yeah, this is just hold on to those other pistols. This is 12.
I mean, they're running out of opportunities for what I just prophesized, or at least alluded to. They're going to have probably one gun round to start it all off. That's it.
It's not going to be easy whatsoever here for Navi to get back into this. And now, look, for the context of the group and for the context of Navi, just while they get these last few kills, this loss isn't the end of the world. They will likely still qualify, right? But for Big, this win could mean everything, because we know how highly contested the second and third spot could be between the likes of FaZe, Mouse, Fnatic, throw Big into the conversation. EG even pushed FaZe last night. In terms of the narrative for today, Navi needed this win and a couple of other results to go in their favor for them to lock in the playoffs today. Yeah. So they might have to wait until tomorrow.
And the point you're making is only exacerbated by exactly that final point you made about EG, because I want to make it clear, the EG that were playing against FaZe, that was them pushing a FaZe clan that, you know, we already have been singing the praises of and already with a win under their belt.
Yeah.
If EG caused an upset against any of the names here, it's just going to throw the whole table into disarray.
100%. Now, Navi got a couple of saved goodies here, but that's all they have to boast about. Quickly smoked off. Mid control being worked on by Sirison and Tabson. Now, throughout this half, well, throughout that first half, they were playing with no pressure. Now that they're on the cusp here, they can't let that pressure catch up with them. And it doesn't look like Sirison will, just aggressively bounding in towards the vent room, gets an opener, and they set their eyes on the B bomb site.
Just don't trip over your shoelaces here. Whatever you do, keep them firmly, I was going to say screwed. I don't think you screw your shoelaces on.
Screw your head on, though.
Yeah, you certainly will. Perfecto's trying to unscrew a couple of caps. He has, actually, with the partnership of Boomich, made it a competitive 1v2, but the poor soul's only got a USP. And Gade's in absolutely no rush, no hurry. They don't want any uncertainty, any lingered pushes through smokes. Boomich, in the meantime, has been given some room to stretch his legs, and a graceful strafe puts him on short.
He might be able to get himself something a bit better than a USP with this avenue of assault. Never mind, Tizian more than ready for that. Drops him like a sack of potatoes. And the scoreline reads 13-5. The guns will come out. Simple will get his AWP. But this is feeling like the last-ditched attempt here for Navi on their map choice. Now, map number 1, yeah, Big are pretty good on Dust 2. They've been showing very good face on it throughout this tournament so far. Last time they played against Navi, however, they lost 16-2. And now when you see Mirage come in, it's quite the change.
I like the way Yanko summarized it as well. It's like, it's very unlikely when you've lost 16-2 against an opponent on your map pick, it's ever going to happen again.
Yeah.
And it's a good point, because I think, yeah, it really did inspire Big to come in with a boatload of understanding of how Navi were beating them. And it's translated into a magnificent result for Big. I think the impact of this potential win has been covered. So let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy what remains of Mirage.
Oh, Electronic is dead.
Was there any...
Boomich could have smoked him out. Don't know what, maybe that was his smoke there that's front side that missed the molly. That was what I would say probably is much more likely at what happened
like
there.
he's hit the bricks and it's just ended up on default.
It's weird how that sometimes happens when a molly starts burnt. There you go, the nods from Rush Sleep.
Yeah, it's weird when you see just a pure Molotov kill. You just had, there's some weird explanation. Something's gone wrong.
What happened there?
Something's gone a little off, unless he's like flashed in it, which is a cruel fate.
Well, they're clawing for info mid, and they have it, but if they step over that line, Sirius will get a kill. Tizian caught sleeping.
Yeah, Perfecto's turned his back, though, to the potential.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, and he's gone.
The runway's open.
Like, that's the B player who's just ran towards middle.
And Simple's now pushing up in towards the vent room. If he slips on down towards window, he's in the wrong place now. He could have been able to respond to B.
You're right, dude.
Now B's completely open. Simple was the only one who could pose a threat. They've been sold on this A player.
It was a tactical death. It was a tactical death.
They're my favorite kind. I have them every round.
Yeah, he's thought about it. He's like, I need to die here.
Well, they need to save now.
Yeah, they do. And that's going to put 14 on the board. This was supposed to be the full gunny. A chance for Navi to start voicing concerns.
Look, if I'm Tabson right now, I'm probably frothing from the mouth. As soon as you have established that it is the save, I wouldn't send Sirison with the AWP hunting, but the other two of them could really go get stuck in, right? Because this really feels like a stomping, right? Navi were contesting those rounds, but they were always the number down in those clutch situations. Remember the Perfecto attempts? It was a 1-on-2 where they were flanking him. It was a 1-on-3 attempt. It was him and Simple in a 2v4. Like, there were rounds where they didn't really even have a good shot, but they were able to keep it competitive or steal it away.
Yeah. So I'm going to do some quick maths here, Chad.
All right, good luck.
Electronic had 10,
there's
Bit
the miss
had
molly.
9.
There's miss smoke, even. Yeah.
Let's do some maths.
Poor Electronic.
I said, how much did I say Electronic? 10? It was 10 on Dust 2. So yes, grand total of 16 frags in the series so far from Electronic, and a grand total of...
Bit has 6 right now.
And he had 9 before, so 15 from Bit.
Okay, well, they've been kept very, very quiet.
That is insane. Yeah, I haven't seen them kept that honest in a long time. Tabson, look at him. He was going for the aggressive. We know Boomich likes it as well. I guess in-game leaders. Oh, Simple had a chance for a second there. On the retreat, he will be flashed off and tucks his tail between his legs as he returns to B. Oh, he went for the wall bang. Simple just counters it immediately. Tizian neutralized, and Navi given a little bit of a man advantage, a chance here perhaps to strike for the 6th.
Tizian trying that trick a little there. It damaged him.
Yeah.
Definitely damaged him.
Oh, and it seems that Searson's AWP is also as well lubricated as Simple's. Oh, good reposition. Simple's doing it all here for Navi. Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a Simple round. We're about due one. We're well past due. Let's see if he can close it all out. He's looking very active. He wants to try and hunt and push for this ramp fight at the right time. Good flashes from Big. They force him to respect. I think they aren't across yet, and Tabson's beating him out, maybe. Oh, it falls apart after all. Denial through the smoke. Big from Boomich. Tabson, full HP and a dream. And that dream is for 15. Oh, easy as that.
Crisp.
Anticipating Perfecto, just quietly repositions himself to ramp. He knows the bomb is planted for him. He's opted for Tetris, and Perfecto no kit. Every passing second favors Tabson even more. Just play that time, play that push. Expecting that clear from Perfecto. 10 seconds, bro. He's got to hold it. One fake is all he's got, all he can afford.
He should run.
And that's the easiest clutch of them all. Simple's heroics don't even matter. 1v2.
15-5. Would you bloody believe it?
Not really.
This is not the way I thought today's game was going to be going whatsoever. I thought we were going to see Navi continue that steam, that momentum.
Their win streak of like, what, 16 not including Gambit, 9 including them, so 9-match win streak from Navi. From Cologne to online, it looked like they were absolutely sprinting to that Intel Grand Slam. Don't forget, a single win is required for them. One more notch is all that they need to find and convert that Intel Grand Slam. It's used as a marker. $1 million prize pool, of course, is nice. Liquid, the only team to have collected it so far, and they did it in record-breaking period of time.
Liquid the only... no, Astralis did it
as well, sorry.
Yeah.
The first. Liquid did it first? Am I making that up?
Astralis did it first, Liquid did it second.
Second?
Yeah.
Okay. God, I don't even remember that Astralis.
Yeah, Astralis' one was a lifetime ago now. I think it was in Udensa. I remember they were on stage in front of the home
gold
crowd
bars.
with the gold bars. Yeah, that was a lifetime ago.
Wow, yeah.
That's when we used to have LANs. Oh, so it was the Liquid one. So both a lifetime ago. It's almost 2 years now, guys.
It does feel like a different life.
Let that one slap you in the face for a moment.
Well, we've got 10 opportunities for Big Clan. And this one's one of the most appealing of them all. It's for Famous. Light on the util department as well. In fact, already at the opening, 15 seconds, I see distinct lack of smokes, mollies, and flashes.
Look, if you're Big right now, this is the round where you don't need to throw in any crazy maneuvers and aggression, because what you do is you wait for all that CT util that they do have to eventually be expended. You have so much more. You could throw out a double pump onto a bomb site just to keep them honest. You think that they might go for an aggressive CT maneuver, and when they do, you punish. So Big, just taking the gas off of this one here to close it out in style. A 16-5 against Navi on Mirage. In the last, I think it's 11 games of Mirage that Navi have played, they've only lost it once. So it's a map for them as well that they've been winning time and time again. And this would just be quite the statement here from Big in Group C. So they are here to play.
Dude, the only team that's beaten Navi on Mirage is Gambit.
Yeah.
And here comes Big Clan to do it with a whole lot of style. If this is the 16-5. Otherwise, that gap will start to get a little less impressive. Still, all the more so with the scalp, though. And now, towards A, it seems to be the objective.
Yeah, and look how many nades they have. They have every single smoke that they require. They have flashes. They have mollies as well. Big should get across the line here.
Three players to receive them here from Navi. Good work from Electronic. He makes short work of Gade, and he pushes out for more. Tabson treated. It's Boomich again that puts the bomb on the floor. Kept even. Keto needed that. No time for Tizian to do anything here. He wants to die, or he wants to survive. Perfecto might catch him if he goes through late. Tizian.
The clock dink from that range. Cheeky. All right, well, maybe they took too much time. You know, time can be a cruel mistress. Navi know that better than most.
It waits for no one, generally.
Yeah, that too. So here, just stalled out. You can see these frags coming in from Boomich, and there's only roughly 13 seconds on the clock when he starts pulling the trigger. It's going to be difficult to get back together there. So considering Navi was staring down the barrel of it, they held their nerve, and actually that's not a great situation for Keto. He's only looking at a deagle here. So you said that was one of the best opportunities for Big to do it. Navi have a better buy now. The AWP back in Simple's hands, and this would be quite the comeback.
I just think for Big's mental state, they can't afford to succumb too many on the comeback. And Citizen, he has been given a little bit of an intervention from a higher power. He's allowed to play on.
And look, he's at the boot camp as well, everybody, so maybe that team mojo flowing today. Everything feeling all right.
Was it Tabson's interview where you talked about Citizen being very particular?
Yes.
Okay.
He needs a good mood.
A good mood, yeah. He's the new second coming of Get Right, where NIP had to pump him full of McDonald's and ice cream. That's not a joke, by the way. That's...
You don't like McDonald's?
Makes him play better, though. Simple does need to play a little better now because he's in a lot of trouble. Nice active peeking. He's ready for a third as well. He'll take the whole Big Clan if he has to. Trying to extend play. Keto will stop the run, but he's been swung on, and that just leaves that 1 HP on Sears, and he'd wish he had the bomb. He's so far up disconnected from the pack. Don't remember that 1 HP clutch, do you?
No, and I think he doesn't either. That's going to be the save from Sirison now. So, okay, Big, a couple of opportunities here, letting them go all right.
But yeah, I'm going to start reiterating what I was saying before.
About the Navi comeback, ties it up 15-15. It's gargantuan. Simple drops 70 kills.
Nah. But
he gets 4 around.
The only way Navi come back into this game is if Big Clan start getting into their little double depresso.
Double depresso. Do they have that one for breakfast? Or?
It's, yeah, usually to start the day.
Okay.
Double depresso.
Double depresso. I think, right, still, regardless if this gets close, actually, I tell a lie. If this starts to get close, you know how close you were of winning a map that you probably should have never won.
Then
yeah.
Nuke's a blowout, 16-3. They're mentally out of it, checked out. Everyone's all quiet at the boot camp. No one's making eye contact.
Yeah. Okay.
You quietly shift your chair back to go to the bathroom.
I don't like that story.
No. But
too much tension in the air for that one.
Just wanted to make sure that everyone's aware that it's not out of the realms of possibility, especially when Simple's in the server. I would love to see Big Clan completely, demonstrate that they are no longer the team that can struggle to just put the final dot on that final I. 15-7 now as Navi with 2 in a row. So keeping track of that. Big have won their fair share of eco rounds as well across the Dust 2 and Mirage so far. Tabson given a couple of taps for good measure. Towards that short side, FAMAS. Searson did save the AWP though, so trying to find impact on that T side AWP would be interesting. You can see a little T smoke there, gonna get the CTs on a little alert.
Oh, he's getting a lot of room around this because that smoke was super deep, so it's actually giving him avenue right now to flank B, and nobody's watching Alex.
Yeah, and he is flanking.
Literally no... Oh, somebody now.
Oh, and Electronic was
HP.
so low, bro. One bullet could have done it. That could have been his window into the site, into the flank. Perfecto looking very threatening here. A couple of Deagles are connecting. It's all Gade, baby. The Gade clutch, perhaps. Alongside with Searson's AWP, this is actually threatening. Navi gonna start running out of options. Searson posted up for the first. They're both coming through kitchen side, dude. Searson's AWP is such a threat. And don't forget about Gade. His double dig has got them into the site. The bomb now ticking. Kit check. Boomich is equipped. Both walking in from kitchen side, and Searson's called short clear. He can just worry about this door. I don't fancy their chances. Gade confirms their suspicion. Searson doesn't miss, and Simple's got a clutch to save Navi. It's not happening. Big will finish 16-7. They'll take a huge W. Navi uprooted. And their 9-match win streak cut down by Big Clan. Group C just got way more interesting.
Hey Future Pros, we are back on Mirage with another flash. This time we'll be saving you from under balcony. The flash is a pretty basic one and there are many variants. Put yourself in the left corner, aim at this exact pixel, and throw. You can also throw a deeper flash from the same spot. To do so, aim level with these bricks and then jump throw the flash. Both are pretty useful, but I'll leave it to you to decide which to use.
There's no need to go again. I don't comprehend it, I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming is to win. No guts, no glory, not a part of my story. I'm going hard for that trophy, it's why they all been on me. No guts, no glory, there's no need to go again. I don't comprehend it, I do not pretend, cause when I'm coming is to win.
In a helpful hand, broken bones in a bloodstained flag, open road and nomadic plans. I'm coming again.
Well, if you can believe that, in just 2 maps, Cologne champions of Navi have been taken down by Big in a rather convincing fashion, too. It's been quite the tumultuous evening here, or afternoon, I should say, for Navi, who now have an L in the group. Not something we expected right here, but maybe, just maybe, it was due up for one. And you know that streak we were just talking about, Yanko? Well, that's out the window, too, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a couple of streaks. This is, you know, Navi only had 1 loss in 11 Mirages, and that was 19-15 to Gambit, of course. So that's a big streak ended by Big, and shows you again how they really prepared well for this series. What we talked about pre-game. For Mirage, even, they did exactly that. They kept being aggressive, they kept being disruptive, just, you know, crazy amounts of aggression. Really, we saw some very weird rounds that we don't usually see, but they got the job done. That's what matters the most. They got 10 rounds, very impressive in the first half, and then managed to win that all-important second pistol, convert, and then they just needed, you know, 2 rounds really to close out the game.
Yeah, and for the group itself, you know, this puts an L in the column for Navi, and a nice dub in the column for Big, especially when we get to the very end. Do you see it playing out in a way that these two are kind of looking at spots within the round of 12?
I think it definitely now anything is possible in this group. Like, this really complicates things for other teams as well. Obviously, a massive win for Big after that tough loss versus Fnatic yesterday. You know, the double overtime loss on Nuke, and seeing as how a lot of these other games are, there's no free wins here. There's no bad news bears in this group. There's no G2 in this group.
Fair.
So you have, like, you know, FaZe Fnatic, that can be anyone's game. EG Mouse, right? Neither of those teams is still out yet, right? And Mouseport still can get a couple of wins, make things complicated in this group. So we'll just have to wait and see. I have a feeling right up until that last day, right up until Tuesday, we won't know who's through to the playoffs for sure.
And how it's all unfolded, all the number crunching and all of that. Speaking of crunching, I'm sure this guy has done plenty of those in his day. He looks like he might be a strong fella. He goes by the name of Gade. You might have heard of him, former North fame, but now a big clan player. We're going to bring in Gade and talk to him a little bit about some of the stuff that happened today. First and foremost, congratulations, Gade. You know how this goes. You know how we start these things.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No problem, man. Hey, I want to start this conversation a little bit off on Dust 2. How much did you guys look into Navi's game plan before you started?
Obviously, I think everyone knows that we and our team that does a lot of analysis. So I think we were pretty prepared on how they play and how they wanted to approach their CT side and T side. And yeah, I think that also showed on Mirage as well. It was just a great game, and I think our analysis really paid off.
Would you say, congrats on the win first, and would you say that it was sort of a trap card that you laid in front of Navi with leaving Mirage through, because you banned in the first 2 games, and it was clear that the plan on both CT sides, really on both maps, was just to be very aggressive, very disruptive, whether it's at the start of the round, in the mid-round, just make Navi uncomfortable. Would you say that's true?
I wouldn't call it a trap card. I actually think I was expecting them to pick Nuke, because I think they play a really, really, really strong Nuke. But yeah, it was just great to play Mirage with this team as well.
Cool. So just, you know, a more of an individual question for yourself. How are you fitting in so far in the team, right? Obviously, it's the fact that you're speaking German, but also a completely different environment, the change of mentality a little bit as well. So how has that been going for you?
I think we started boot camping 2 weeks ago, and then from like day one, I just felt home. I kind of want to say, even though I'm not speaking my mother language, I think everyone here has really helped me getting like a good onboarding process. So yeah, I'm just trying to in game. I'm trying to find like my place and like how I suit in the most. But I definitely want to help Tapson as much as I can, giving tons of input and also coming with some calls every now and then. But yeah, trying to find my place and just also seeing how everyone else plays. But yeah, in the future, I definitely want to be like the second voice and help the team pulling through.
Does it feel like, you know, with regard to Big and, you know, sort of what you guys are building on, does it feel like any of your previous teams? I mean, is the atmosphere, you know, is it very live? Is it jubilant? How's it looking over there in terms of more of off the stage and away from the computer stuff?
It's really great, honestly. I think we're joking, and we've been doing that from day one. But we also have the switch, so when we're in game and like preparing, talking CS, that's how it goes. And everyone, you can really feel that everyone is super passionate about the game and doing what they love. And me myself included. So I'm just happy to be playing with a team, such good chemistry, synergy, and energy. I think it's I really feel home.
That's awesome, man. I think we'll leave it on that note. We could ask you all about playing mouse sports and stuff, but that's very wholesome, and I appreciate that, Gate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
See you around. Yeah, so makes sense. It looks like it translates into the server, and if they're playing good, there's probably good stuff going on around them.
Yeah, Big does give you a bit of that family feeling, but I think also, coming from the whole North situation, I think any other team is going to feel jubilant compared to that. But I like what he said also about the second voice on the team, right? He used to call for a while in North, and I think it's crucial. It's very, very important that every team has that sort of a secondary caller, right? Someone who can help you in critical situations, someone who is on the other side of the map in game, right, and can just give good input. You look at team like Gambit, right? They obviously have Hobbit helping Nafani. You look at a team like G2, you have Nico, who's probably doing a good amount of talking. Navi, you would imagine Simple or Electronic are helping Boomage in the mid rounds, like giving good information. So if you want to be a top team, that's definitely a must-have.
Yeah, it's part of that adapting on the fly. Those mid-round calls can make or break teams. And, we've seen teams go through the motions of having really horrible mid-rounds. But right now, Big look like they're on the right path. Yenko, what do you got for us? What have you identified within this map?
Well, it's just a couple of rounds like we talked about, and Gade mentioned just being aggressive on the CT side. And, Dust 2 was pretty impressive, but then Mirage was just chaos all over the place, especially early on. And I think they did manage to do what we talked about, basically, where they just got into Navi's heads a little bit, and with that disruptive style made them second guess themselves. I mean, this was a round where Big was 2v5 at this point in time, right? But they've just created so much chaos that